Awesome.
It's the first time I turn on the camera as the guest host here.
You're going to be manning the camera this time.
I am, every 12 minutes. Stay tuned.
Yeah, right. All right.
All right. Hey, how you doing?
Hi. So we're in different spots. It's a little bit different this time. Welcome to TCCP 18.
Yes.
This episode is entitled Tori Takes Over.
TTO.
We have switched seats, and I am officially your host today.
Officially. I am now the co-host, which I think, you know, after 17 episodes, I think it's
time for you to take a back seat.
It's warranted. Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to start the podcast with a little bit of a fun update, and that is... Actually, let me start my screen recording. That might be a helpful thing.
Yes. Command space QuickTime.
I need to open QuickTime again.
Command
it went
space.
away.
QuickTime.
Oh.
Little
We can cut this out.
Little IT wisdom here.
We can cut this out, I guess.
To be honest, I want to say that that it's actually good being on this side. I feel a little bit, not in power. More calm.
It's good for a man to feel not in power sometimes.
That's right. You
have to keep it in check. You know what I mean? There has to be some balance, some checks and balances. Sometimes a woman needs to be in power and the man just needs to
shut up.
No, not shut up. I mean, I think it's important that we all have a voice, but I also think it's important that we all kind of share roles and have balance. So.
Sure.
All right. So we're recording, right? Screen is recording.
Yes.
So I want to start off the podcast today with a little update that Indy has been working on, as well as Daniel. Thank you so much, Daniel, for all you do for this podcast. We seriously appreciate you. And we're really grateful for all you do to help us for zero monies and just for something called love. So thank you. We are officially on Apple Podcasts.
Woo! Apple Podcasts. This has been something that shouldn't have been as hard as it's been. So for all of you out there who don't produce podcasts, if you don't want to spend money on audio distribution, it's really difficult to get a free option to get on these platforms, these audio platforms. And it's either like it's literally costs more than a Netflix subscription to publish audio podcasts and push them out to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and the rest.
Right.
And Daniel was so great enough to actually find find a solution, be it a very complicated solution because it's free, but it's solution nonetheless. Right. And at this point, we're not making money. It's we don't have a following. It's only number 18. Like, we're early in the stage. We can grow into bigger pants, into bigger shoes. Yeah. Right. As we grow. It's just the nature of how things grow. And this is a reaction based podcast to content that's already been really created by other people. So I think it's a natural progression that we don't pay for it. We don't get paid. It's a free thing that, I felt like, just starting this podcast in general was just an outlet for Vulf stuff, because it just seemed like everything we were talking about needed to be behind microphones. Because we were just talking about it so much, right?
Right, yeah, exactly. And so just so everyone knows, where are we currently? So we're now on Apple Podcasts. We're also, of course, on YouTube, and we have video, but we also have our audio Is there anywhere else we have our audio?
In the coming weeks. So,
cool.
Daniel has been tasked with getting us on Spotify and iHeartRadio and all the other kind of ancillary, similar to the ancillary members of Vulfpeck.
Yeah.
But, those are our big 3 goals. So, we're on YouTube, we're on Apple Podcasts, but we want to be on Spotify and iHeartRadio as well as you know, along with the SoundClouds, the Stitchers, but like those are the main 3 because that's where people are. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Exciting stuff. So, I also wanted to mention that I've been working on a podcast myself, and something a little bit traumatic happened today. I deleted, I was almost done editing my first episode of Learning to Speak, my new podcast, which will hopefully be out soon.
Yes.
And I deleted it. And I called you in a panic, and I was freaking out, and I was so pissed, and I was angry. But everything's going to be fine, and everything happens for a reason. And if something gets deleted, you know, it's probably because it's going to be better the second time.
That's a good thought process on that.
Yeah.
She had called me at work, very frustrated in that she couldn't find the video editing file that she'd been working on tediously for the past
3 days.
3 days.
Yeah.
But you know, I walked her through how to find where the autosaves were, and there were no autosaves. So you know, this is a good lesson in that, you know, you're gonna face obstacles in things that you want to create and do, and I'm sure you know that being in, you know, animation school, being an animator, and I definitely know that being a video editor and being in the media industry, especially at BuzzFeed. There were people who deleted their projects at BuzzFeed all the time, who needed our help in terms of getting stuff back. So and sometimes that resulted in just completely re-editing the project from scratch. So sometimes that's what needs to happen. Yeah, and also too, like the main scope of this is, like, when I think about it, like, think about this. There's 24 drawings per second in animation. So, and that's just per one sketch, per one drawing, per one layer. So imagine all the layers that it creates to make a scene of something, and then how many drawings that would be. I mean, I've probably accidentally deleted over a minute or even 2 minutes of animation, and you know what? Editing a podcast, that's nothing compared to that. So it's going to be fine. Right. Yeah. No, good perspective to have. Yeah. But stuff like that is not going to keep us from making podcasts. Right, Tori? Absolutely. Right. Yeah. Right. So cool. Do we have any Vulf stuff to talk about? Haha, very funny. I have an entire rundown. That didn't even make the rundown. So this gets us into Vulf updates. So there was something that we talked about after our like on the road to the Greek video field segment so there's something that we talked about in our post show, and we were like, yeah, you know, they didn't sell out the Greek, right? Well, I went on the Vulfpeck website, and it's saying that they sold out the both Greek venues. Oh, I didn't know that they did. Right. I was confused about that. So I wanted to put that in here just as like a FYI, because we said something different, and I totally didn't realize that they did. So right. And you know, did we even say that on the show? I don't even I remember, maybe it didn't make the cut, but I do specifically remember, I think Daniel was like, did it sell out? And we were like, no, or something like that. Yeah, maybe it was like, I mean, here's the thing, I guess, like, it's a goal of a band to do this, right? So at least acknowledging that they sold out is important. Yeah. Because, you know, I mean, and they don't need us to talk about whether they sold out or not. No, they don't. But I think it's important to acknowledge that. And also, Madison Square Garden is still on sale and not sold out yet. So anyone who's interested, feel free to hit that up. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So I also want to talk about the fact that there is a new pressing. Oh, the gold pressing. Yup. Does anybody want gold dust delivered to their house?
Just a fucking pile of gold dust.
Oh my god! If you guys remember back in the pack, the ever great Q rates memes that were happening during the Hill Climber release, where there was a great meme. I'll bring it up in the edit of. Literally like, hey guys, got my Q rates back, and it's literally hands with a pile of ash.
Yeah. So yeah,
quality content.
I also wanted to note how much they went over their crowdfunding goal. It went up to 4,186, and they only wanted 2,000.
Oh, more than double.
Yeah,
great.
So that's crazy.
And that's off of redistributing their own content that's not even new content.
Correct, yeah.
Right. So like Vulf is getting to the point where they are in redistribution, not even just distribution.
Yeah, like this is
now that's a business model that can sustain.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So there's another thing I wanted to bring up, and that is the question, is there such thing as being too scarce? And I want to bring that up when I was going through the Vulf website, because I saw that the shows were sold out, and I saw that they only have 2 things in their merch section on their website.
Interesting.
Is there such thing as being too scarce? Like, this is sad.
Yeah. Well,
I think sad to me, and like there's so many artistic creative people that want to and do already make Vulf stuff. And, like, they could be supporting that. But I get the model, but it's like, Jack.
No, yeah, definitely. How scarce is too scarce? I think these 2 items is too scarce. Here's the thing. Because there are so many people, much like us, who love Vulfpeck so much that they're willing to put in work for stuff that isn't necessarily warranted. We love Vulfpeck so much that we're willing to put in all this time in editing and producing content and producing a podcast about Vulfpeck, that I don't know why Jack doesn't tap into those people. Not necessarily us per se. I mean, she's an artist. She could definitely make merch.
Yeah, like I made this shirt you're wearing.
Yeah,
it's a Vulf shirt
right on Redbubble. So
yeah.
it's definitely a interesting question you bring up. I think that's definitely warranted. Now I know how you feel.
I'm spreading. I'm man-spreading.
She's man-spreading.
You know why?
Do you know why now?
You know why? It's because you have to tilt your body this way.
Right.
Because you have to kind of be more centered to camera and kind of like engage with the people.
Now imagine if you had...
I get why you spread.
Right.
I don't even have the balls, but I get why you spread just directionally.
Right. Imagine if you had the genitalia, how much wider you'd be
spreading.
my
leg would be in China. I mean, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah, I get it.
No, this is.
So I'm sorry if I'm encroaching on your personal space.
No, that's fine. For you audio listeners, she is man-spreading over
like
to my thighs over here.
Yeah.
And now I know what it feels like for women on the subway in New York.
Correct. Yeah. He gets it now, guys.
Anyway, okay. Back on scarcity. So great point. I actually don't navigate to this part of the website very often, and last time I was here, there was probably 12 things here. So I don't know if this is necessarily a part in Jack's supply and demand part of his business model, but like this is definitely indicator in that people are buying, for one, but also not keeping up with supply or demand.
Yeah,
right? Because like, or both really, because like the fact that Tori is able to make this shirt and to get it off Redbubble and all these things, it's like, I think Jack could offload this work to people who just love Vulfpeck. Like, I definitely think, wouldn't you want to, if Jack reached out to you and said, hey, Tori, if I don't have any money to give you per se, but would you be able to make some stuff for me for the shop on our website? Just the fact of how much value that Jack has given into our lives and how much happiness that he's given us, wouldn't that be like less, like the least you could do?
Also, yeah, and also like it leads to more business opportunities with other bands and other creators that would want merch, and maybe money could come from that one day. But I definitely feel like there's not enough here. Like, it's just kind of sad looking, and Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. That is weird because I haven't looked at that in a while. Yeah. The last time I looked at that, there was a lot more products there. There was a hoodie. There was I don't even know. There was albums there. I don't even know.
It could also be due to the amount of shows they have been playing recently, specifically this summer, and with the prep for MSG, people kind of like wiped them out a bit, and they are kind of behind on stock and maybe kind of need to re-up, and he's been busy with doing the Greek shows, so it could just be like a thing where it's like he's been too overwhelmed.
Right. So. Which I think gives him more right to offload this stuff to other people. Like literally, this is I don't know how big of a business he is. I don't know the margins he's making. I don't know the money he's making. I know this is definitely a passion project for him, but also I think like there are people, Jack. I'm talking to you. You may never see this, but I'm talking to you right now. Whoa. I'm so invested that I moved the mic stand. By the way, thank you, Daniel, for this mic stand.
Oh my God, thank you, Daniel. Yeah. We feel profesh.
Right, definitely profesh. And it's great because like I don't know what it's like to even hold a mic on this show.
I know, because you're entitled.
I'm not entitled. I purchased all these things based on
True. You bought it all. I didn't buy one thing here. So
I mean, I guess that could tie into how privileged I am.
But that's it.
I mean, it's just you go to college, you get a good job, and you have money to buy podcast equipment. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. But what was I talking about?
You were talking about you didn't know how much money Jack made and what his margins were. However, you feel like the
right. Yes. Wow, you have an iron memory. It's almost as if she didn't smoke weed for
for a million years, for 10 years.
But yes. What was I talking about?
Okay, so you were talking about how like you feel like even though you don't know how much Jack is making or how big of his business it is, you kind of feel from what I can tell that he should be getting other people involved.
Definitely.
To help him with the business.
And it doesn't have to cost money, Jack. Like, I think this is right up your alley, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
it can be...
Like, seriously. Like, I'm not saying hit us up, but hit us up. You know what I mean? Like we can...
Yeah, because we have so much time.
Yeah, I know. But we barely have enough time to make this damn podcast.
Yeah, literally.
Let alone delete our other
and
podcasts.
And then redo it. Fun times.
But I definitely think this work can be offloaded to people who love Vulfpeck, who are also not necessarily fanboying or girling.
Like Alexa Teed, too.
Alexa Teed, Texa Lead, the admins of the...
People like admins, friends.
Allegra Rosenberg, and us, Definitely, I would make time out of my day to help Jack with his supply and demand issue, whether that be calling, calling places that are supplying this content or these merchandise, this content. I'm so used to being a ham. Yeah. No, but like if it means to literally call manufacturers and on
to be honest, everything's done through online
I'll do it
these
for
days.
You. Right.
Everything's done through a website these days.
Right.
You just hit, okay, we need 500 more.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I don't know if maybe they're working on the next album so much because like I don't know if you guys noticed, but this is another Vulfpeck conspiracy. Jack posted on Instagram for the first time in let me check. It's been a while. Jack has posted on Instagram. He posted the let me see here. By the way, let me get a shameless plug to the Conscious Club Podcast Instagram, which we have not plugged yet on the show.
That is in my rundown, actually. So we'll bring it up at the end of the podcast.
Oh, great.
Yeah, awesome. That's in my rundown, so don't worry. We'll bring it up.
Great. I mean, we're bringing it up now. We're bringing it up later. Hey.
True. Twice.
Go for it. So Jack last posted on Instagram. I don't know why it went back there. Okay. So on July 17th, it is now July 26th that we're recording this. So it was a good 9 days without going. And now, I don't know if you Insta people out there know, but if you don't post every day...
In Insta world, that's like 4 years.
That's like 4 years. And also, like, I think you even get out of the habit. Not the habit, but what is it called? The like
algorithm.
Right. If you don't post every day, Instagram's like you're trash.
Yeah.
Let me be the Tori here. You are trash.
Yeah.
Okay?
He's busy.
Right. So he's definitely busy either booking plane flights, going to, booking all these things. Or maybe they've already recorded it and he's mixing. Right?
Could be.
Because, based on the Third Story podcast, the bonus episode of the Jack Stratton episode of the Third Story, third-story.com, Jack Stratton, look it up. There's a bonus podcast that's 6 minutes long that was tagged on to the end of it, or not tagged on to the end of it, but they recorded it after, and it's available as like a little bonus download. And he goes through exactly how he records his, or how he mixes and masters his albums. And it's
extremely tedious.
It's an extremely tedious process that requires a lot of attention. So, I guess to round out this idea, Jack, offload your stuff. If you want merch and like you're here to sell products anyway, I know that you're working on a product now and that you want to get this product out by by what was it, September, October-ish, end of Q3 usually probably. But offload your stuff. Like I'm not going to fanboy over you. I mean, I love you. I respect your music. But, let's get some Vulf merch on the website and make it available.
Agreed.
To all.
Please.
Yes.
All right. So back to the point of you not knowing Jack's margins. I have a little bit of intel here. So we have a friend of the pack, who posted this post. He said, a couple of owners of a nice club in Europe got Corey Wong to play in October, and when they asked if they could bring Vulfpeck, they claimed that they tried, but Vulf is asking too much money. Any clue if this is true and how much they're charging? Somebody said Vulfpeck was charging $10,000 in 2016, according to a bar owner friend of mine. I'm assuming that's gone way up. Somebody said that's before the Visa commercial. What Visa commercial?
Visa.
Did they do a Visa commercial? Because I read that and I was confused.
Well, I think this, by the way, Tori, this is one fucking find. I gotta say, apologize for my cussing. I know this is a funk music related podcast that's not necessarily like,
Funk and fuck go together.
There we go. Yeah, fuck it. If you guys can't take the fucks,
get out of here. Funk isn't for you.
You're here for Vulfpeck. It doesn't matter.
Hit the fucking road.
Great find.
Thank you.
This is a find that is so worthy of conversation because charging $10,000 in 2016 and now it's 2019.
And now they're doing MSG.
Oh my God. They have eclipsed 3 times more than that.
Yeah. So this person said underneath, they said they probably are charging between $25,000 to $50,000 now. And now somebody said that I'm going to bring up another good comment.
And by the way, pack member Igor posted this on the pack. I wanted to give props to that. Pack member Igor.
Yeah. So there's another pretty good... Scrolling. Okay. So here it says... Okay. This person said, I used to work at a venue with 800 people capacity. We usually don't pay more than $15,000 for our top acts. Small clubs can't afford to ask more than €40 for any act. I think that means...
40,000 euros?
Yeah, probably. Okay. So it doesn't really pay off, especially if you have to fly in the acts from overseas. Yeah. So it says that those same guys in Europe did a fantastic job and got Snarky Puppy on their tour. So if Vulfpeck costs more than Snarky Puppy, I would say that they overestimate themselves. Of course, we all adore our Peck.
100% more than Snarky Puppy.
But sometimes it's really not about the money, or at least it shouldn't be.
Okay.
But here's the thing. It's going to Europe, so... if you don't mind. Right. Like this person said up here, you have to fly in the acts from overseas. Like there's so many people that are in Vulfpeck and that, are in their normal act. Like you have to be able to, charge
right
enough
$10,000
to, house all your bandmates in Europe. And flights these days are insane. I mean, you have to be doing, I would say probably like $45 to $50K, to be honest, to make it worth the trip.
Not like way more than that, I think. Definitely if it's in Europe, oh my God. But here's the thing, which is interesting because I never had the thought of having Vulfpeck play at our wedding. But now that I have the thought implanted in my mind, I'm going to hire the Aquabats because they'll probably be $3,000. Or real big fish.
We're not having the Aquabats.
No Aquabats?
No.
Can we have Lizzo?
I want Joey Dosick.
Oh, that's a great point. No, that's a great point. Oh my God, Conscious Club Podcast, great points by Tori. Tori takes over. So, if I'm invigorated by this post, by this. I
am too, right?
This is great. So if having everybody together means that you're flying the core 4 plus 3. Mm-hmm. Right, so you got 7 people taking flights to wherever you're at. It's gonna cost way more than $10,000 because it's probably gonna cost $10,000 to get them there.
Exactly.
Right?
So why would you only charge somebody $10,000 when that doesn't even cost getting your equipment there and having sound people and having fucking all that shit? Like it's insane.
So the next best thing is get the one band member that you love as much as you can, or the most beloved Vulfpeck
the goodest
member,
boys of all.
The goodest boy of all the boys, right? And definitely, I think, especially where we live, we're in Los Angeles. We're deep in the valley here. We're in the
literally the heart of the valley.
Literally 3 blocks away from us, a quadruple murderer was arrested yesterday.
The heart of the valley. The purest heart of hearts
of the valley. So with that, I definitely believe that it would be the cheapest, not necessarily because he's cheap, but because of the locality. Mm-hmm. That getting Joey Dosick, I would even want Joey Dosick and Jack Stratton at our wedding, as our wedding band. Mm. Can you imagine?
Well, I want Antoine though.
You're gonna have to fly him out from Flint. Unless
my parents are coming from Flint. They could take his ass over.
Shit.
Come on. Flint's 45 minutes from my house. Let's go.
Is your dad going to want to pay for an extra ticket?
I'll pay for his ass. I don't give a shit. Antoine's coming. Antoine is coming too.
Okay. So So let's do this scenario in our heads. It's our wedding day. It's our wedding reception. We have Joey, Antoine. Just Joey and Antoine? Who else do you want? Because if you want Woody, he's coming from Chicago.
True.
If you want anybody else, Corey's on tour probably.
Corey is busy.
He's busy, and he's got kids and a wife to tend to, and a mortgage.
Yeah.
So let's go through the scenario. It's our wedding. It's our wedding reception. It's weeks before or months before our wedding reception. We had to plan all this stuff. What do we plan? Because definitely it's 100% like the in the Whole Foods plant-based diet plate, mm-hmm. you base your whole plate around starch, right? And then everything else is kind of around that. So what is our starch for the plate?
I mean, Jack
or Joey?
I mean, Jack can never not be the ube, the starch. He can never not be the starch. Right. It's like impossible.
But
there is no Peck without him.
But think of the reality. Yeah. What?
But if we wanted to have something that wasn't a Vulfpeck, we could just have Joey and Antoine and maybe Woody. Because once you get Jack involved, I mean, talk about priceless.
Well,
he's
in LA too. I definitely think, like, literally, it's the logistics that cost Vulfpeck so much. It's because it's a side project. I definitely think if Jack's over in fucking Eagle Rock and we're getting married up, Anaheim or Malibu or Los Angeles or anywhere in the within an hour drive, it's not going to cost that much money for Jack to come out. He's literally, if he's available and just like mixing, like definitely he'd leave his house for a couple $100, wouldn't you think?
I don't know.
Because here's the thing. Also, like the reality of having Joey at our reception. We've already seen, which I can queue up and find, but Joey at a wedding reception.
Yes, he has played it
already playing.
Yep,
now,
we've seen it.
All right, put yourself there.
Okay.
It's in the tent or in the building or wherever it's happening. Joey's playing. Would Jack be too much of a distraction compared to what Joey's bringing to the table? Because I think Jack is so much of a ham that he would take the attention away from Joey.
What if he's like just the announcer, like welcoming now the new couple,
and he gives a TED
the
talk.
bosses.
He gives a TED talk.
Yeah. He does a toast.
Yeah.
And it's just about like finances and like fucking
Whole Foods plant-based. And my parents just walk out of the room.
You're sitting there just happy as a clam. Your parents leave.
Because they want that pizza.
My mom would love it though. She loves health shit. So anyway.
But okay. I think that was a good a good thought experiment, because I would want Joey and Jack, but I wouldn't know how it would work. We'd have to set that up beforehand. You know? Anyway, is there anything more on this? This Vulfpeck cost analysis? Not really.
It's just a lot of people saying that, you know, since MSG specifically, like their prices have gone up exponentially, and that's why they aren't going to do smaller clubs anymore.
Right.
And they basically, the whole thing is that it shouldn't be about the money. It should be about, you know, giving Vulfpeck to the people, and it shouldn't be about money. But the thing is it is about money. Like, we're not living in a utopia, and it has to be worthwhile for these people to take time out of their schedules and travel, you know, overseas.
It's the nature of the band itself.
Yeah.
It's a side project.
Yeah.
That is gaining ground in a way that no other band that's really hit Madison Square Garden has gotten to.
Right.
And I think there was a post on the pack that was like, or somebody said it, I forgot who it was, or where I found it, but somebody was saying that Vulfpeck is probably, and there was a question mark at the end of this, probably the first band to ever play MSG without a management.
I saw that as well.
Right.
I saw that as well.
Yeah. And I don't know if that's true per se, because, you know, some random guy with a niche audience probably could have played there before.
Right.
But I definitely think he's definitely not
far off.
Yeah, definitely.
Agreed.
Enticing conversation on number 18.
Yeah. Hell
not
yeah.
that I wasn't expecting anything less.
He was expecting me to come in and not carry this show. Honey, she has her own podcast.
You can put your sass at the door, because I did not think anywhere near those things. I thought you were going to bring it, and you did, and you are. Okay?
Thank you, baby.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Do you mind if I grab a beverage?
Absolutely, please.
Okay.
I welcome you to grab a beverage.
Right. I will be right back.
Sounds good. You get to see that when you add my burp into the thing.
You want a wine?
A wine? Sure.
Yeah.
I'm down.
God, it's so much easier being on a podcast than hosting one.
Really?
I love this. I would want to do this every week.
Really?
Great, yeah.
I love you. I'm so cute.
Like, you're doing such a great job. This is awesome.
Thanks, babe.
Yeah.
Sweet. Ooh, yum. So.
Beverages attained. Sorry.
Beverages attained. We're back.
Yes.
I want to go back to our last podcast, I believe, if not 2 podcasts ago, where we talked about back to supply and demand, the supply and demand for videos and what people really want. And there was a post in the pack this week that said, we, or at least I, want a Swampers video, and we, or I, want it now. And another person said, hell yeah, Fearless Fire's opening at MSG, and they better play Swampers.
Yeah. This is Jack taking his...
Only 1 like on this post. But
1 like?
But, I mean, it was posted pretty recently.
Definitely.
So.
Well, here's the thing. Here. Let's unpack this.
Let's unpack it.
Let's unpack it, because unpack it.
I
love that.
Get it packed.
So Jack has taken releasing to a new level in that I don't know if it's the best way to do it, because he's taken, in my opinion. Now, comment below if you disagree or agree.
Oh, they will.
And they will. But I think he's taking way too long in between video releases.
I agree, but he's doing it on his own. And
I don't think that
so
matters.
busy.
It doesn't matter. Because
he needs to delegate.
YouTube has a feature where you can schedule posts to go live.
Mm.
He could literally upload them all and go, hey, post them on these days. Boom, done. All you have to do is designate one day to do that. And I do agree. I do agree with you. He's alone in this. It's his project.
Yeah.
And based on like all the other podcasts, like a lot of like the Third Story podcast, third-story.com if you want to check it out. The podcast with Jack Stratton or Corey Wong and Joe Dart. And has he interviewed Theo? Oh, Joey. Yeah, Joey. He's interviewed pardon me. Jack Stratton. He's interviewed Jack Stratton.
Yep.
Joe Dart. Has he interviewed Joe Dart? Or just Joey?
I don't know.
Either way, there's been multiple Vulfpeck members interviewed on this podcast. Not this podcast, but third-story.com podcast. Where they go over things where it's basically they have no idea what is going on.
Right.
In the... or when Jack... sorry.
You're fine.
Audio listeners, the camera went out. Now it's back on. But... based on past interviews with Vulfpeck members, they don't know. They get to listen to the album along with us.
Right.
Right. So they all come together. They record a great session, and Jack takes all that data back to his house in Ego Rock and mixes it together alone, and sends it off to Devin Kerr at Goodhertz to master. So, you hear that?
Yeah, I'm getting feedback or like some weird. It's better.
Yeah. Just. I think we're okay.
Jesus Christ.
But yes, he takes it back to Devin Kerr at Goodhertz to master. Now, I definitely think he's taken too much on his plate. Which I definitely think isn't something that Jack Stratton would do. He's, Whole Foods plant-based. Putting a lot of stuff on his plate isn't necessarily a thing he does literally. Mm-hmm. Maybe a lot of vegetables. Veggies. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Well, then maybe he does put a lot on his plate literally.
Yeah.
Like if he's Whole Foods plant-based, he's getting a lot of them greens. A lot, it's a huge amount of food, but it's low in calorie or high in calorie nutrition, right? Or nutrient density, right? So, I definitely think that Jack needs assistance, whether that be an intern or us. Because, we're not going to fanboy over you. We know you're a human.
You've said that like 4 times and it makes it suspicious.
I know. I know. I definitely wouldn't be myself if I met him the first time. But, like, also...
Why did you adjust the headphones like that and stop?
Because it's hurting my jaw a little bit.
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah, I got TMJ. Yeah, we both do.
We both do.
But... I've been listening to a productivity podcast recently, and this guy owns a bunch of companies, and he does a lot of revenue, and a lot of people want to talk to him and to pick his brain, right? And I don't know if he's telling the truth here, but he says he gets roughly 1,000 Facebook messages a day, which may be a little bit exaggeration, but maybe he means Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all these things, right? Which, if you're selling $100 million worth of product every year, maybe you are. Maybe 1,000. I don't know. He's talking to a lot of people, guys. So that begs the question of, how do you manage that at all? Because like Vulfpeck is a hot commodity in its niche, It's niche.
It's niche. Niche or niche?
Nosh.
Niche or...
I think nosh.
Niche?
Nosh. But
Nosh.
Nish.
Okay.
But Jack needs help is the bottom line of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He needs
agreed.
help. I don't think he can mix, master, release, and products and all these things.
Distribute,
there's
merch,
too much logistics
travel.
involved. Right. And it's either
much shit.
You need more people who are trustworthy on your team, aka Tori and MC Lynchpin, or I love it. You had to regroup after I said that.
Because you've said it too many times to the point where he's not going to trust us.
No, I definitely think it's in the work we're putting in that he's trusting.
True.
We're on a show right now. He knows that he's putting on a show when he's putting on a show. We're on a show. We're different people. Or we're not necessarily different people outside of the show. We're putting on a show. We're not necessarily characters, but we're putting on a show right now. So it's like they're exaggerated versions of of us. I'm not necessarily like hey, I'm like this all the time. I think I'm at work talking to my coworkers.
Sounded exactly like Kronk.
A squeak, squeak, a squeak, squeak. But yeah, Jack needs help, bottom line, and we are there to help because we want to put in the work for you. It's coming from a place of humility, and we see value. It's not like you're necessarily doing anything wrong. It's that we can provide value for you. This is just basically a video interview for Jack Stratton.
No, it's not. Okay, we're moving on.
Okay.
All right, we have 2 more things until we get to funny funk here.
Again, on the hamminess. Right.
This is why I'm running the show
That's why
today.
we had to move on. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, up-and-coming talent. Some new friends in the pack sharing their work. We have some new talent to talk about here.
Let's do it. Can we do it? There we go. Sorry.
This next tune's called Better.
Better.
Look it.
They got the iPhone gimbal.
Amber Girl.
Oh. This gives me callbacks to Juke on Jelly, Corey Wong's video.
A little bit.
Yeah, so they're taking multiple Vulf elements and Corey elements together in this video, which is great. I love it.
And I love that they added in the faces.
Takes a lot of work to do that.
Yeah, they put a lot of work into this video, and I appreciate that.
Taking on his inner Nate Smith.
La La Land vibes.
Do you think...
Aren't they great?
They are incredible. And, compared to the Groove Bros or any other crap...
We do have an update on the Groove Bros actually coming up.
I'm so excited for that.
Okay.
But here's the thing. These guys don't need to copy Vulf in this way.
No, they do not.
Which is interesting.
They have unique elements to themselves that I think they could really go off of.
Like, if I didn't see this video and I just heard the music alone, I would not connect them to Vulf whatsoever. So here's the thing. It's like, are they kind of going like, this works for Vulfpeck, so this will work for us? You think that's what their kind of angle is?
I think video-wise, yeah, but music-wise, I think they have something good and unique.
Right.
So
definitely.
I think keep doing that with your video aspects as well.
Right.
Like,
revolutionize.
for example, like I really like how you did the adding her into like the posters on the wall and stuff like that. Like I think like keep doing unique things to you.
Right. It almost gives it like a Harry Potter vibe. Yeah. You know what I mean? Where like the pictures, the pictures talk, and move.
Yeah, totally.
So this is a great video because this is like everything we've been talking about on prior podcasts, but come to the full form. They're literally at the summit of their potential.
Right.
And they're giving in a little bit. You know what I mean? Like in terms of their video aesthetic. Like I think it's more of a copy than it is of them being genuinely them. Mm-hmm. But their music is so genuinely them that I'm torn because it's like you're obviously members of the pack. You obviously follow Vulfpeck, but you're making music in your own way.
Right.
Great. It's just like, pardon me. It's just like, there's something about it that's too much of a copy for me. Mm-hmm. Like I think I think people are going more like this works for Vulfpeck, so this will work across the board, which I don't think is right. Vulfpeck works because it was unique and different and wasn't copying anything else.
Right.
Right. It organically grew into the video aesthetic that we know now.
Right. Should we look at another random one and see if there's a different vibe video-wise?
Yes. Yeah, let's do it. So this is Otro Lado.
This next tune's called Otro Lado.
Hey, didn't need to say it.
Love the plant.
Oh, wow. That's great. A little bit of mixing.
Yeah. But I love their vibe. I think it's very like bossa nova. Like I really dig it. It's great. It's great for film too. Right. I think this would be great in a movie.
Oh, definitely. I could see like the main character walking down the street of Mexico City, and
totally
going to a convenience store
or a cafe
and orders the latte and sits down outside looking at all the people walking by, lighting a cigarette or a cigar perhaps. I love their vibe. I'm not going to talk shit on anything but their video aesthetic. They don't need to copy. You're too good for it to copy. This one's called No. Sorry, I was talking over it.
1, 2, 3.
What band is this called? I don't think we said what it was. Did we?
It's Corto Alto.
Corto Alto.
Again, I love the old footage. Or it's actually a reflection of them. Look at it spinning.
Yeah. So there's a lot of thought put into this, and I think we can say that the fact that we're even doing this podcast at all is exactly why they're doing what they do. I think Jack inspires so much. Jack is an inspiration to the people who love and know him or know his art, that they feel within themselves to create. Right. I am definitely attributing everything that I have realized about myself in the past couple of years and have acted upon solely. I attribute it solely to Jack Stratton, literally. Like, and I'm not saying that in a fanboy. Oh my God, I love you so much. It's literally like he's being him in the most him way, creating a visual aesthetic and music that is just so all encompassing and bringing together people that it is insane at the amount of things that I go, wow, I can do this in my way. And I don't mean that in being like, I can make a podcast about Vulfpeck. I mean, who am I? What am I good at?
How can I be genuinely me?
Yes. And sell product that way, right? How can I, like, I love the work I do and the job I have, but I would even love more to be able to work for myself, either making podcasts, making podcasts, and also kind of doing music on the side too. It's not necessarily because Jack is like, oh my God, I need, let me say this differently. Like, I've been a musician before I learned about Vulfpeck, and like, yep. I'm not going to take that route of copying Vulfpeck per se, but I want to make podcasts in my life. I want to create value, and I want to bring value to other people in the form of podcasting and potentially music and film later on in life when I have the means and resources to do so. So Jack is definitely doing this for the Corto Alto people. I definitely think they've seen Vulfpeck, they've seen their success, and they're going, this is our spin on it, which I applaud. I'm not going to take them down a notch per se on that. I think that what they're doing in there, although it points to Vulfpeck in very visual ways and points to Corey Wong in certain ways, that was inherently them based on their influences.
Agreed.
Yeah.
100% agreed. And I think that all art in itself is some form of imitation, and we imitate the things in which we love and that we're inspired by in order to inspire others. Right. And I mean, think about Jack and his inspirations and the bands that he loves and the things he pulls, the things that he wants to replicate in his own way. And that's what we're all doing. And I think that's what Corto Alto is doing too. And I think there's nothing wrong with that as long as it's not a pure copy.
Right. Exactly. That's a great point, because I think it's definitely, because Jack is definitely influenced heavily by Steely Dan and Stevie Wonder and all these great, huge, like Nile Rodgers, all these huge funk, like Muhammad Ali type funk characters, where like they're the best at what they do. Purdy. They're the best at what they do, and they do. I guess Jack is noticing what they're actually doing in their music, not necessarily the music per se, but how they allude to certain things in your life that you should be learning, honing, going in on. Like we mentioned in the last podcast with Justin Wright, that Stevie Wonder in Sir Duke, the chorus of that song is him listing out the jazz artist that he loves and grew up with, it that influenced him. And Jack is doing the same thing. And it seems like if I was Jack, I'd be so happy. Like, even if I found half of the bands on here that are doing Vulfy type of stuff, and I hate to, put a perimeter around that and call it Vulfy type of stuff, but if I was Jack and I saw that, I would go,
that's cool.
I helped make that happen in a way, and also this podcast. Like, I don't know. I'm going to get another light and put that on your hair because you deserve that beautiful light.
My halo.
So continue without me for a couple seconds here.
Cool. So Corey Wong is going on tour. I wanted to bring that up. He's going to be all around the United States, as well as doing a lot of spots in California. He's going to be at the Troubadour in West Hollywood. He's going to be at the Music Box in San Diego. He's going to be in San Francisco. He's going to be in Santa Cruz, Placerville. He's going everywhere. He's going to Switzerland, Serbia, Germany, Italy. He's going to the Netherlands. He's going to the UK, you guys. He's going everywhere. Ireland. Like, you have to go see this guy. He's amazing. And
yes. So what's the website? Is it CoreyWong.com? It's
Corey Wong, or it is Wong.
It's Wong with 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, it's just 4. Four O's.
4 O's. Wong.com, 4 O's /tour. I mean, we don't need to tell you that, guys. If you're watching this podcast, you know how to go to Corey Wong.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
So I want to move on to a very fun segment, Funny Funk. And there's an image. There's an image down here that when I scroll, it's going to bring us into the vibe.
Okay. I will close my eyes.
All right, go ahead.
Y'all want this is for audio listeners. This is a picture of oh god, it's not Clayton Bigsby. It's Tyrone Biggums. Tyrone Biggums, the character that Dave Chappelle played in the Dave Chappelle Show. Mm-hmm. And the caption here, or the meme caption per se, is, "Y'all got any more of them Spotify pre-sales?" And it's him scratching his neck. Yeah.
Itching for some good. Yeah.
I love that.
I do
that
too.
Is great.
So I want to bring us into funny funk here, and we're going to be looking at a new kind of saxophone that we've never seen before.
Let's do it.
A rare Swanee saxophone.
Whoa.
Crazy, right?
Is there any info on the our technician Lewis playing a rare Swanee saxophone he just finished working on? We're not so sure why this design doesn't catch on.
It's probably super rare of a design.
That's super cool.
He has beautiful vibrato as well, I wanted to mention.
Definitely.
So I thought that was an interesting saxophone.
He should do an opening solo number on the next Vulfpeck album, similar to
right?
the great the oh my god.
Sorry, I went on to the next thing. God.
Pack member Jake.
This is a guy who looks scarily like Jack Stratton.
Yeah.
A little bit more lanky, tall version.
He's just doing jumping jacks? Is that what he's doing?
He's just doing like this cute little
Oh, is he doing his version of the greatest dancer in the world?
Oh, maybe.
He's the greatest dancer.
And Ja.
Ja.
Yeah.
The caption to this video is just J-A.
You'll see at the end it says Ja. Oh, wait, no. Or is it at the beginning? It says Ja. I can't remember. I know it says it somewhere.
Is this guy from Germany? Can you click on his profile? Ja.
See?
Please be from Germany. Does it say? Go to about. Where's this fucker from? I mean, his cover photo on Facebook is a very complex, audio
He has no info.
interface.
He has no info.
Tennessee. Okay, so he's American. Started job as a preschool
He moved
teacher.
there, though, in 2015.
Yeah,
so he could be from somewhere else.
He could have made this profile in 2015, too. But he looks German to me. And I'm half German, so I could say that.
This fucking guy. Yeah, you guys have the same facial hair.
Yeah.
Literally so German, this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wishes he was Jack. So do I.
Don't we all? I wish I was Jack.
Yeah.
All right. So we love that guy. Now we have, oh my God, this is so funny. We have this cover of the Pink Panther song.
Oh no.
It's like the church drummer.
It's literally the worship drummer fail from last episode. It's intentionally off time.
Yep.
And that splash that he's using is obnoxious.
It's trash.
He's got a hi-hat and ride right next to him, but he uses the splash. Dude.
I just want to read some of the comments on this. When timing meets passion. Somebody said help with the Pink Panther dancing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to show that because that's heinous.
That's gold. Goldilocks.
So we're on to this image. Ass clarinet. Forcefully.
It's
supposed to be bass, but it got cut off when they copied the sheet music.
Clarinet. I love that.
Love that.
Wow. For your audio listeners, it's a staff.
It's sheet music.
It's sheet music. But
and for the bass clarinet part, it says ass clarinet, and the B's cut off.
Yeah, because the printer. Yeah, printer margins. Yeah.
On to the next.
Let's do it. Oh my God. The Birdwatcher? What is this about? No.
My name is Gus Guzman, the avian expert here.
Oh,
I have been making a living studying birds and bird watching. However, I have not been making a living or ends meet. My kids are fucking starving. But it's okay. We persevere because I'm a goddamn bird watcher.
Just like on the Conch Club. We persevere.
Birds are animals. Recently, I've discovered that birds actually have feathers, and the feathers are on them. Before we go into the wild, let's get warmed up, shall we?
I want to pause this and just say, how much money did that sweater cost for him to destroy?
Correct.
Right.
That is the calling.
God, this is 6 minutes long.
Bird. It's such an extraordinary species.
We won't watch all of it, but
they tend to mate with all types of birds. That's where they get the name nympho. They're from Alaska, but they're not actually from Alaska anymore because they decided to mate with everyone. One time I had an encounter with an Alaskan nympho, and I couldn't resist. Even though they are
He's got like a puckering lip face that is very unsettling.
Yeah, I know.
What kind of bird is this?
The camera's super close to him.
Adult pigeon.
It looks like an owl.
What are you, Harry fucking Potter? I'm totally okay right now. I'm not.
So yeah, I just had to share this because it was a lot. And
This is
Are these earth rock?
This is another thing. I don't know if this was brought up last podcast, but when you're doing a joke, don't make it 6 minutes.
I mean, don't.
Like
a
do you
minute.
have any sense of timing of how jokes work?
A minute and a half, a minute, that's it.
You literally could have cut
less.
after like a minute and everybody would have shared it more, loved it more, thought it was more funny. Like 6 minutes, not one person has lasted to that 6 minutes other than you, man who created this video.
Man who edited. Yeah, exactly. So, to the return of 1612, we have two recent 1612 posts. This is somebody went to Red Rock. When they went to Red Rocks, they saw this hotel on the way.
I wonder if they just like set that up pre-Vulf.
Yeah, right.
So that they would get advertising. Money. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Then this is a really cute one. This is a couple who moved from Michigan to Texas.
I saw this week.
And this is their unit on their first apartment together. 1612. I thought that one was pretty cute.
Okay, so this is I saw this earlier this week, and I had this thought.
Okay.
So based on their two faces, and if you're an audio listener, so this it's a boyfriend and girlfriend or fiance couple, pointing at their door that says 1612. They're just moving into a new apartment. Their first apartment to and it's 1612. So here's the thing that I noticed, or not necessarily noticed, but was wondering. Does he like Vulfpeck and she doesn't, based on their face?
Most definitely.
His face is like, look, oh my God, 1612, and she's like, again with this Vulfpeck shit.
Why?
Yeah, her face is literally like, I get it.
But it's I don't care.
Yeah, like, where's my Jeffree Star videos? You know what I mean?
I love Jeffree Star.
No, I'm just throwing shade. But it definitely looks like that. If you're an audio listener, go onto the YouTube and find this part of the podcast and go see. I think I'm right. I'm pretty sure I'm right. I think she puts up with him.
Into it.
She puts up with his Vulfpeck neatness.
Yeah, I agree.
And based on how much Vulfpeck is so, like, when people who like Vulfpeck listen to Vulfpeck too much.
Correct.
Right, like me. Mm-hmm. And you like Vulfpeck, like us, like we love Vulfpeck almost too much. Where I'm like super thankful that you actually do, because like you would probably not be living with me.
Probably not. We wouldn't have this podcast either.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she's putting up with him.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna last very long. Anyway.
This next clip is Indy when he's editing the podcast, and I'm out of the house with my friends, or just not home.
Let's see this. Sorry for the static. I'm having having the time of my life with some drinks.
Literally.
Some drinks.
This is Indy. This is Snoop Dogg dancing with a drink in his hand.
That's
literally Indy when he
perfection.
When he edits our podcast. That's literally him.
You know, I like to have fun when we edit the podcast because this is why we do it. Because it's fun. And it's not necessarily because I have to be drunk or drinking to be editing this stuff.
He just enjoys it.
It's an enjoyable thing. I like to edit, and you know what's better to liven that up with a little
libations. That's why they call them libations. Liven it up.
Ah, there we go.
So I want to say that the Groove Bros are back.
Oh no!
And they're back with a vengeance.
Are they off key or off time this time too? I'm actually not as angry at this one.
Really?
I'm not as angry because I switched out the drummer. I think they had the same talk I had with them.
Oh, yeah. Could be.
Because, if you haven't listened to the older podcast, the Groove Bros, this band has, they covered, what was it? Flyers Direct.
I think it was Dean.
It's Booms, the Cats.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's Flyers Direct.
Yeah.
And I was going like, dude, if your drummer can't even play the actual fucking drum beat to the actual song you're covering, you gotta either practice more or get that guy the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So now they have Nick Cubes, not Pubes, Cubes.
Nick Cubes, not Pubes.
On the drums.
I love it.
So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Can I get a little bit more of that?
Sure thing.
Oh, this is way better. I definitely think the guitar needs work.
Shade.
I don't know if it's the sound of the guitar or his playing, his amount of practice.
When they posted it on the pack, the guitarist, I think it was the one that posted it, and he said, "I'm no Corey Wong." So I think he was kind of like definitely bringing that up.
Definitely ain't no Corey Wong and never will be.
Never will be, huh?
Does that round out the funny funk?
We actually have one more thing.
Oh, I'm always
for funny funk here.
I'm always ready for it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh no. This is Billy Eilish on YouTube. Bad guy.
Well, that's the cover. The guy who's playing
white shirt, now red, my blood, ain't no sleeping. You're on your tippy toes, creeping around like no one else.
The Donald Trump cover. This is produced by Maestro Zikos.
What when I'm waiting to my soul, so cynical. So you're a tough guy, like really rough guy.
He did a great job with this.
This guy,
he did really good with this cover.
This is a very, very good cover. For you audio listeners
and look
out
how
there,
many views this guy got.
8 million.
8.2 million. He deserves it.
That's so great. That's so cool.
Isn't that great?
For you audio listeners out there, the vocals of this are Trump.
It's like splices
quotes.
Of him.
Splices of Trump. Yeah. Auto-tune.
I like it when you take control.
Oh my God.
If you know that you don't own me, I'll let you play the role. I'll be your animal.
Interesting.
Isn't he really good?
Interesting. I have been so turned off by this president of ours that I really haven't seen his face in months.
I haven't either. This
Isn't
is
that
the
weird?
first time I really have seen
Isn't
him in
that
a while.
weird though?
Yeah.
I can't remember a time where I haven't seen the president's face in months because I'm actively trying to not anger myself in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Battery, baby.
No, it's been like that for a couple of minutes. I'll wait till it goes.
Oh, he's really taking a risk with it.
I just want to end this segment out so we can do it, so we can change that battery out. But
isn't he great though? I'm really happy that he got this many views.
Very talented, great mixing, and also that takes a lot of work. That takes a lot of work.
So much work.
Like, and he's got the setup. Like, I want to be doing this podcast in that room. You know, like the room he's hopping around in.
He has red too.
Yeah. Oh my God, great!
So, yeah, he did really good.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, does that round out funny?
That rounds out funny funk.
So we can change the battery on the camera.
Can.
Okay, dude, Tori, not dude. Beautiful Tori.
Yeah.
In her beautiful white tee.
White tee.
I love this white tee. She's beautiful in it. It accentuates you in the best ways. You're off mic, but
Keep complimenting me.
Thank you so much for this great segment and the future segments ahead of us.
Yeah, I think we have two. Yeah, we just have 2 things left.
All right, we'll get to it. I'm going to change the camera and we'll cut straight to it. All right,
let's go.
There we go. Daniel, we have you. We have you. This is great. Yes, TCCP. This is what we're doing. We got Daniel here. Who else is with you?
We got Brandon here too. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
What are we talking about? I have no audio. Yeah, well, yeah.
No, that's great.
We're at a tiki bar in Silver Lake.
Oh, wow. Nice. You're closer to Jack Stratton than we are.
How's it going tonight?
Good. We have a great show. And Daniel and Tori, I wanted to mention that this was all Daniel's idea for you to be the host tonight. So,
oh my gosh, really?
Yes. So this was
definitely a cool shake-up.
Oh, thanks, Daniel.
Daniel, I want to say that this is the best change-up, other than having Justin on the show, the best change-up ever, because this has brought so much calmness into my life here.
Really?
I'm not sweating. At all. She hasn't brought it up. I'm not feeling...
He's not sweaty.
She's not sweaty. I'm not sweaty. I don't know what it is about me that makes the show so sweaty. But, yeah.
This was an inevitable thing. I'm super excited for the full episode as a fan to watch. I can tell. The energy's great. It's going to be a great time. Excited to be here briefly. Yeah.
Great. No, definitely. It's good to have you, and I really want to thank you for taking time out of your happening night over there in Silver Lake to be on the College School Podcast.
Always. It's TCCP. Always
Have a tiki drink for us.
Yes, have a tiki drink for us. Yes.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, so I don't want to keep it too long, but I want to say something that Vulf only has 2 products on their website. And we wanted to know from you, do you think we as in, you as well, do you think we together would be able to take that off his plate and be able to get Jack his supply and demand up to that level of where he wants it to be? What do you think?
Like sell out those 2 products?
No, get more products. Get it back to where it was.
More products.
Yes.
What was it? What used to be on the site?
So there was.
Any.
Yeah, no, there were shirts, there were hoodies. I mean, there were there were posters, there were albums, there was a bunch of things, and I can't necessarily say how specific every product was on there, but there's not a lot there yet. I think he's putting too much on his own plate that he's not being able to serve his audience as well as he could.
Oh, got to move that product, dude. Got to get that supply back up on there.
We feel the same way. We feel the same way here at TCCP.
To be honest, I bought merch specifically at the show because I had checked the website and seen that there was never really a way that I was ever going to get anything else in the Vulf Productsphere, other than maybe a one-off release here or there, right?
Right.
But yeah, no, I jumped on the hat specifically because I was like, I've never seen this on any sort of way to get anything Vulfy otherwise. if this is the one avenue, like, why isn't this up on the site, you know?
Right. Daniel, I want to say you are bringing enticing conversation at a bar in Silver Lake to the Conscious Club podcast, and I want to applaud you. I want to applaud you for your efforts tonight.
Well, thank you for having me. It looks like it's my turn to order, so anything else here on TCCP?
All right.
For us.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Will do. Yeah. Thank you. Have a great night, guys.
All right. Have a good one. Thank you, Benjamin. Was his name Benjamin? All right. Yeah. Anyway.
That was fun.
That was great. And that was a great foray into the next segment here, because as funny as that was, we got some more funny to come along.
Vulf Style. Return of the Vulf Style segment.
Right.
We are on our third
Third installment
of Vulf Style, and I'm really excited to bring you guys what you want to see. That is comparing our boys to things and or other people or characters that they remind us of. So
that is right. And for background here, while you bring this up, I want to say to the people listening that Tori is a visual development artist, a viz dev artist in the animation and film production sphere in Hollywood.
Thank you for that.
And I want to say that if you have any viz dev, if you want to see what your movie will look like before you even shoot it, hire this woman, because she brings value like you can't believe to your production. Right. If you need to be able to pre-visualize what you're going to shoot, she's the girl to make those pictures in your head a reality. Yeah. So I wanted to give a background, some background information on why Vulf Style is so good and why it's so good. So
well,
Tori,
thank you so much for that intro.
Of course, take it away.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're going to an old image of Jack here. College Jack.
Oh, College Jack with the... Oh, is this the...
It's the
talk box.
The talk
He's using
box.
a talk box here.
With his bare feet and with the tube and all that. So this is College Jack in his prime here.
Is he in college at this point?
I don't know. I'm just saying that. He could definitely be out of college, but...
I thought you did your research. Don't hire her, everybody.
The shade.
No, but this is a great point. I love how the
I am saying college because he did have the longer hair in college, but that's the only thing.
Well, I'm also I would definitely put my bet on college because the hair, also the I'm just guessing based on how old I remember this video to be. That it's very old, and that he was just kind of messing around. No audience really back then, and he was just putting his crap into the world and hoping it stuck. Yeah. And this is before it stuck, so I would say it's in college. Yeah. But for your audio listeners out there, it's Jack Stratton with a talk box in his mouth, and side by side with a college boy. A frat bro with a nice watch.
Which doesn't fit.
Using a beer bong. Yeah. So interesting parallel here on the Conscious Club podcast.
Next, we have our boys fighting it out to the death. We have Corey and Theo at the show that we were. Well, actually,
Greek,
the Greek. I think this is the Berkeley show, though. Or wait, is this just pre-Jacket Off?
This, I think this is at the Berkeley show. I don't think there were blue lights behind
show.
Yeah,
this is definitely the Berkeley show. Also to the jacket that Corey's wearing. And I don't remember a black belt.
You're right. Yeah, he was not wearing that jacket.
And the black belt, too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't looking there.
Hey, I wasn't looking there either. I mean, he is in my DMs. Just kidding.
Not only is she off mic, but she's DMing Corey Wong multiple
He's married
times.
And he's a great person. So.
Corey, I'm looking at you, boy.
So, and then we have that matched up with two Gila monsters.
Are these kimono dragons?
Or they're kimonos, I'm not sure. They're either Gila monsters or kimono dragons. I'm not sure.
Explain
I just put
this
in
for the audio listeners.
Okay, so we have Corey and Theo going head to head in a guitar off. And then matched up with an image of 2 kimono dragons and or Gila monsters, not quite sure, fighting it out.
This is great. I also think these are reverse images because Jack Stratton is in the background, right about to hit the beat.
Right about.
Yeah, the downbeat on a measure, and I'm relaying this to the camera person who's taking the photo of the kimono dragons. Like they're right on the downbeat.
They are.
And Jack's right on the downbeat. He's capturing that shit.
Heck yeah.
So, little parallels in the Conscious Club podcast. Thank you guys.
Heck yeah. So next we have Jack Stratton as Mushy Krongold as a little kid dressed up as a ghost on Halloween.
These parallels. I mean, you guys, I did not put that together. That is so great.
I know.
Like, I don't know how many times I saw that Mushy Krongold opening. But when I did.
That's all I could think of is like a ghost. Like a budget ghost outfit costume.
And when you're a viz dev artist, you need to be able to make these parallels. I'm so definitely. I what's weird is that it's so easy to make this parallel. And I'm not saying your job's easy at all. I'm not saying, oh my God, sorry, I even hit you with my elbow. Sorry, don't manspread. You won't be hit with the elbow. But this is a very interesting parallel that was so like right in front of you. You know when you're looking for your keys and they're right in front of you, and you're looking everywhere and they're right in front of you? This is that.
Yeah.
So.
Most definitely.
Props to you for pointing out the obvious here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Mr. the goodest boy of all goody boys. We have Mr. Joey Dosick eating Thai noodles. Somebody put him on Snapchat eating Thai noodles. And then a railroad worker conductor guy. Because he's literally in the same exact overalls.
Interesting point here that I want to make is the train conductor man a lot larger than Joey, because look at where the suspender buckles are. True. On Joey, they're past his shoulders.
True.
And on the train conductor man, it's near his nipples.
Yeah, that's so true.
This guy doesn't look as large as... I mean, they look similar in body shape and size, but we're also getting just fragments of their body. So, under this train, there could be,
some good.
Some old Jared Fogle under there.
Whoa.
I mean, pre-children, Jared Fogle,
some thickies.
I'm not on the Jared Fogle
He met some
train.
thick hips, not a child under there. Some thickies.
This is great.
All right, next up we have Mr. Joey Dosick in his like adorable little basketball shorts and Troy Bolton, aka Zac Efron in High School Musical.
I think this is a stretch a little bit. A little bit of a stretch.
I think.
I mean, they're both basketball related.
I mean, the basketball shorts.
I mean, 32, 33, baby, Magic and Kareem.
All right, I'm going to the next one.
Okay.
We have Jack Stratton.
She rebounds.
We have Jack Stratton with his new haircut.
And
Jonah Hill. Same glasses.
Skinny Jonah Hill.
We have
to make that distinction.
Post-diet Jonah Hill.
Post-diet.
Same hair. Same beard.
Date. Yeah, pre-shoot date Jonah Hill.
Yeah, when he's on his whole food plant-based. And they have these same glasses.
Same glasses. And
same nose,
and they're actually,
same eyes.
They're both pointing.
Correct. They are both pointing.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I wonder if he has a butt chin under that beard.
Quite possibly.
I never know.
He might.
They're both Jewish.
And they look actually very similar facially wise. Like they have very similar eyes, very similar nose shapes, similar lip shape. Like they look very similar.
I don't know what's going on with Jonah Hill's hairline, but it looks like it's like they use the blur tool in Photoshop. There's no definitive line.
He literally has a natural blur tool just across his forehead. It's almost like they fucking what's that tool where you can like sample it and then hit copy paste.
The clone stamp.
Yeah, they clone stamped his hairline. Do you see? It's like the same piece over and over and over again.
Oh man, he went to Bosley before this shot.
He went to fucking Bosley. This guy. We love him though.
Solid depictions here.
Salt of the earth. Next up, we have Jack Stratton and Horton Hears a Who.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now this is talk about niche. How the hell did you even find this?
Because I love Horton Hears a Who, and this is what he reminds me of in this clip because of this fuzzy mic. It reminds me of the flower from Horton Hears a Who. That's what this is just how my brain works.
Your brain works in beautiful ways. I take back the Zac Efron shade.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
32, 33, Baby Magic and Kareem, but this, oh my God, it's as if we were down by 5. And it's it's as if it was 5 seconds left. You go right this time, right then and there. Right then and there. What is it? Right then and there, you find me open, baby. I'm your guy.
Give me the ball. I'll hit the game winner.
Give me the fuzzy ball.
Give me that fuzzy
Horton Hears a Who.
Give me the Horton.
These are solid. I'm willing to forgive her Zac Efron comparison.
Well, thank you.
So that's way off.
All right.
JK, I love everything you've been doing tonight.
All right.
I'm just throwing shade where, this is Conscious Club Podcast. We throw shade. I'm taking on the Tori co-host shade part.
The shady seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, shady seat.
The shady seat. I like that. Yeah.
All right, next up, Mr. Joe Dart. And Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh.
Same hair.
Same double chin.
Same sunglasses.
Great.
Same double.
This is great. I love this. Oh no! Did I just see what I thought I saw?
I'm so sorry. I accidentally popped up a pic. Okay.
Corey
Wong and Luigi from Mario Brothers.
So this is Corey Wong in the XM video.
Yeah, where he runs around the studio.
Right.
Yeah.
And compared with Luigi, oh my God, this is incredible.
Same mustache, same hairline, same chops, same ears, same eyebrows, same mouth.
I wonder if he has blue eyes.
Very similar. I don't know. I have no idea.
I wonder what, as a viz dev artist, if you were in control of viz deving Luigi,
he would not have blue eyes.
Right.
He'd have brown eyes. He's Italian.
On the same page here.
He's Italian.
They have brown eyes?
Brown eyes.
But I would go green. Or is that too much?
That's too much.
Hazel.
I like hazel. I have
hazel.
I know. I like you.
Oh. I might have to cut that out.
Flirting on TCCP 18. Tori takes over.
She takes over.
Oh my gosh. Okay, next up.
Let's do it.
We have Theo. We have Theo in some kind of a performance. I think maybe warming up for something.
Oh, this
possibly
is that
the Red Rocks.
This is the first Red Rocks opening.
And then an 18th century, 17th century. It's from 1800 something. 17th century man in pantaloons with a camel toe.
Is that a man?
That is a man.
That is not
He's wearing pantaloons. Women couldn't wear pants until like the very, very late 1900s.
No. It looks like this guy just gave birth. So was this the beginning of the LGBT movement back in
with that camel toe, honey, she's got lips.
Literally, I haven't seen lips like that before. It literally looks like a beak.
They go all the way up, too. Like, the lips come all the way up to the, almost to the belly button.
I really want... Okay, I'm willing to trade all of the technology and living in this era to going back and meeting this person
to see,
because like he had to be standing there for quite a long time for that painting to be rendered, and it's rendered with literally. It looks like you know the candles with Guadalupe holding their hands like that. It's like. It's literally an upside down version of that. Yeah.
It's literally the Virgin
For you
Mary's
audio
hands.
Listeners out there.
Also,
wow.
his calves are fucking ripped to the point where you can see it through his socks.
Hey, I mean, you know.
Daddy's got calves.
They don't have cars, so.
Yeah, true. You got to get somewhere somehow.
Yeah. And you got to fucking, you know, really get up on that horse, you know.
His rouge is too much, too.
Yeah. Well, anyway, for you audio listeners, this looks very
Theo.
similar to Theo's opening at Red Rocks. I want to say Red Rocks 0, because this wasn't even Red Rocks 1. I was at Red Rocks 1.
Right.
Y'all.
And then it's paired up with a man from the 17th century in pantaloons.
Right. And Theo's wearing
black jeans rolled up to look like the same length as pantaloons with red socks.
Stockings. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally the same outfit.
It's the same
outfit.
Just,
you know, what, 300 years later?
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, easily.
Cool.
Next up, we have Mr. Joey Dosick in his snowsuit at our show at the Greek in LA, and this little adorable kid in his snowsuit.
This is great. You know, it's a little bit of a stretch. I know you saw my face here. A little bit of a stretch, but when you said cute little kid, and
it's him.
I think this kid is very nice. It's a nice guy, this kid.
It's a boy, not a guy.
It's a nice guy, this kid. I want to use Inversion, MC Lynchpin on Apple Music, Spotify. Okay. Great. Just great. Awesome. Incredible.
Next up we have Jack Stratton and mid clap and like talking to the audience, and then a church lady praising Jesus.
You could even do here's where my viz dev comes into training here. You could even
a goalpost.
Not goalpost. Yeah, Jack. Yeah, for you audio listeners, he looks like a goalpost.
Literally a goalpost.
Goalpost with a red shirt with the white stripes. Yeah. But you could even replace this with Larry David.
Yeah.
When he talks and
his arms literally do this.
Looks exactly like Jack's left hand.
You're right.
Yeah.
He has Larry David hands.
It's the
bendy Jewish hand. It's like a very long.
You said
lanky,
it, not me. Yeah.
It's a long, lanky hand that is very flimsy, limp.
Right.
Sorry, I'm not good at talking into my mic. I apologize.
It's okay. I just want the audio listeners to be able to hear you.
Sorry, audio listeners. So we have a church lady and Mr. Jack Stratton.
She said
up
it,
in praise. So there's nothing wrong with having Jewish hands. Just saying.
Continue.
Last but not least, we have Jack Stratton in full Good Hurts meditation and a Buddhist monk.
Let's meditate on that real quick.
I'm here for it.
I needed that.
That breath.
I needed that break. Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
What do you think? You don't seem very thrilled with this one.
Not very thrilled, no.
Okay, we'll go back to something that you liked.
It's correct. It's correct.
We'll go back to something that you liked.
Aw, Heart Music Hill, yay.
Yeah.
Was that the last one?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Talk about
a journey.
Jam-packed Vulf Style.
I know.
That was incredible.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You know, when Vulf Style first came into the scene, and it revolutionized the show. I want to say.
Thank you.
And
that's very kind of you.
It's very kind, but it was so early in the show that like anything would have revolutionized it.
True.
Because it was like episode 3 when we did it or something. Go back to Vulf Style 1 and Vulf Style 2. But the third installment of Vulf Style holds up with the rest of the Vulf Styles, I want to say.
You.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that.
Hey, you're very welcome.
In order to round out the show, I just want to bring up something that me and Indy, but especially Mr. Indy, has been working so hard on. And that is the Conscious Club podcast Instagram. I invite everyone to just follow us, and whenever we come into your feed and you see us, or you search us whenever, we don't pop up due to the algorithm, you can come say hi and check out some Vulf content.
We don't have a lot of followers right now, but
we're working on
that
it.
ain't gonna stop us from making
Hell
content.
no.
Okay, it ain't gonna make a dent.
It's not gonna make a dent.
Because if you go to @The Conscious Club Podcast on Instagram and give us a little follow, I swear that we will bring value to your life.
Mm-hmm.
We're not just gonna repost. I mean, we're gonna repost some stuff from the Vulf world, but we make original content that is Vulf adjacent, Vulf, just Vulf related stuff that brings value to your life, and that's what we're about. We're not here to copy. We're not here to do anything. We're here to talk about Vulf, and in a way where you can come here every week and either get angry at what our opinions are about Vulfpeck, or be praised that we're similar, in nature. So
Yeah.
At the Conscious Club Podcast on Instagram.
We implore you to join us, and then you can see when we put up a new video, and look at any other Vulf content that you might have missed. So
let's play the most recent one. What is it?
Right.
Let's do. Not that one. Yes, let's do that one.
Let's do Antoine Stanley.
The one with 63 views and 3 likes.
The band is different at all the points during their show. When Antoine comes on, he takes this commanding presence that just changes the show that you're watching.
Right. This is from Conscious Club Podcast number 16, y'all. Put your hands in the air. Wiggless.
Oh my God, you were crazy.
So we're bringing content to you both on Instagram, on Apple Podcasts, on iHeartRadio, on Spotify, on fucking Instagram, all the places. We're getting to it, and we're doing it. We're doing it for you. We're doing it for us. We love Vulfpeck. We want more of Vulfpeck. We found that we talk about Vulfpeck so much that we why not make a podcast about it. So we're gonna put our head down and forage through and create more podcasts for you. We're not gonna stop. We ain't gonna stop. I'm saying that right now. We ain't gonna stop.
All right.
I don't care who watches or who doesn't watch. We ain't gonna stop.
And if you keep watching, you might be able to see me possibly hosting again in the future.
Possibly, she will be. Because this podcast is a lot easier when she does it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed hosting this one, you guys. I hope you really enjoyed it. And
thank you, Daniel, for bringing that idea into my head.
Yeah.
Seriously, that was a awesome sentiment to bring. Because Daniel and I meet every week or as often as we can to go over the past shows and what we need to improve on, what we need to integrate, and by the time you get to this, you may have seen episode 17, and that Tori wasn't. We were so, I don't know how to put that. We were so
enthralled in conversation with our amazing guest that
I regret that you felt the way you did about not being included as much, and I want to not necessarily just like completely 180 that and go, hey, it's your show now.
No,
but not. I want to she didn't want to be on the show anymore, and I felt that was my mistake, and I'm sorry for that, and I wanted to bring that up on the show. And say that this is our first step into realizing that problem and fixing it. Yeah. I've been listening to multiple podcasts that are male hosted with female guests on, and they never get to say anything. They never get to say anything. And it's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. That's what it is. And I apologize for being that, but I think we're nothing if we can't progress and we can't grow.
And also, right? I think the first step is people being receptive to that input, like you are, where you're not gonna be the kind of guy who's like, oh, I didn't do that. Like, that's not me. Like, I don't mean to do that. And like, you can at least acknowledge that maybe that was a thing, and you're able to take that kind of, not constructive criticism, but like that kind of like,
it's constructive criticism
input, definitely. That it's like, oh, maybe we can do better.
Right. No, definitely. I'm definitely in the growth mindset, not in the fixed mindset. And I definitely want to be able to go, okay, what did we just do? That's great. Whatever we just did was fine. But, shed some light onto what I may have not have noticed or seen, or, something that we could, change, because I want to be able to include everyone. And I don't want somebody sitting here for 2 hours going, hey, I didn't need to be here. But you're just as important, just as integral to the show as I am.
Thank you.
And I want you to know that. So
thank you. That's very sweet of you.
Yeah. So anyway, screw you.
You
guys, it's been
a great podcast.
Great podcast.
And thank you so much for listening. And if you made it this far, wow, you're a true fan. And thank you so much for watching this episode. And I hope to be your lovely host again sometime soon.
You will.
Aww.
I wish you were the host every time, to be honest. To be completely honest.
You're funny.
100%.
You're funny.
It takes a lot of weight off me. Well, this was fun, and it's actually interesting because I now get to feel what all the guests feel. Not necessarily all the guests, but like if I'm sitting as co-host and I feel this light, this I don't know how to put it, this not stressed, then imagine how the guest feels. They're even less stressed than that because they're even farther removed, and they're just yeah, whatever, Vulfpeck,
Yeah.
Like, it's interesting to get a
different perspective. Yeah.
And if you're not getting different perspectives in your life, then
what the hell are you doing?
What the hell are you doing?
Take more risks. Do more shit.
Well, anyway, this has been the Conscious Club podcast number 18, and thank you guys for listening. I didn't mean to talk over you. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
All right, send us off. Send us off.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.
Check out the Instagram.
Hey everybody, Indy here, and thanks for watching the Conscious Club podcast. Please be advised that this is a fan-made podcast. Even though we would love nothing more, we are not associated with Vulfpeck, Vulf Records LLC, Vulf Productions Inc, or any associated acts tied to the greater Vulf umbrella. We do this show out of love, not for monetary gain. We simply wanted an outlet like this to exist, so we made it happen, and I hope that's okay. Thanks for watching, and always remember, fee fi fo fum.